Mr. President, there are conflicting reports about whether the Russians have violated this ceasefire. You're there. Can you tell us what's going on?
Well, there is nothing conflicting about the fact that today whole world's news crews were running around and filming how Russian tanks ran through our towns, villages, destroyed buildings, blew up civilian objects, killed people, rampaged through places, did ethnic cleansing of civilians, and committed a number of other crimes. Absolutely outrageous, but that's what's happening right now. It's continuing to happen as we speak.
So there is no evidence the Russians are retreating at all?
No, Russians have been encroaching upon the capital. They've been boosting their forces around us. They blocked the main bloodline, the main road connecting capital to the seaports. They've shut down our civilian seaports. They shut down our international airports, and they've been trying to, to increase their grip on the capital and to continue to strangle my country and finish this murderous business they've started.
How will you respond?
Well, Russians have been telling us that we should give up, fight for freedom, that we should succumb to this pressure, that we should basically give up all our ideals, give up basically get rid of our government and change the way we are. 1,200 Russian tanks rolling inside my country, to killings, to lootings, to bombs, 200 planes bombing us, to rapes, to internment camps. We have only one answer. It was given yesterday by the biggest ever peaceful crowd in downtown Tbilisi, just waving our flags with 5 red crosses on them, saying, no matter how you bomb us, no matter how many of us do you kill, no matter how you want to terrorize us, we will never give our freedom. Georgia will never, ever surrender.
The Russians are saying this conflict is your fault, that you in essence started it by trying to reassert control over South Ossetia. Is Georgia entirely blameless in this?
Well, you can ask any military expert. If you can roll into a country 1,200 tanks within 1 hour, that tank should be already on the move. And that needs months and months and months of preparation. Saying this is a classical tactic of every aggressor. Soviet Union claimed that Finland attacked it in 1939 when Stalin went to destroy Finland. Soviet Union claimed that Hungary provoked it in 1956, that Czechoslovakia provoked it during Prague Spring in 1968, and that Afghanistan attacked the Soviet Union in 1979. It's an unusual tactic of every aggressor, initially to justify that they were attacked. The reality is that my country was attacked by hundreds of Russian tanks. More than 1,200 Russian tanks were attacked by 200 planes, and the only thing we tried to do is to defend ourselves, to push them back. Of course, they have overwhelming force, but what we have here is force of belief in our freedom, in our ideals, and the fact that there is no way we can give up our freedom as they wish us to do. They say that we should get rid of our government. They are encroaching upon the capital, and they've been doing this for years and years. They've been building this military infrastructure. They imposed 100% embargo on us 2 years ago. They've been throwing out Georgians from all over Russia for years and years. They've been bombing us in the past. And despite everything, Georgia was prosperous economy, open market economy, one of the lowest corruption rates, with one of the lowest corruption rates in Europe, very successful, the best destination for direct foreign investment in the region, and darling of all international monetary institutions. We were doing really well. At the same time, we have open political system. Even now, when we have war, we have parliament debating. We have free media. Unlike Russia, things are discussed openly. Countries functioning and countries standing up for its freedom.
President Bush is showing his support for your democratically elected government by sending Condoleezza Rice as well as humanitarian aid to you. Yet you've said the U.S. and the West have let you down. Are these latest moves enough?
Well, I mean, what I said is that these things were preventable. Russia would never have done it if it had not got whatever mixed signals that maybe people would close their eyes on, because everybody has some pragmatic interest connected with Russia. Neville Chamberlain said about Czechoslovakia in 1938, why we should care about a country which is far away and matters to, and we know about it so little. And that's exactly was the rationale behind Russian moves. They thought Why would Europe, why would the United States, when they have so many other issues, care about this small country, Georgia, somewhere else? But the point here is, President Bush's statement was very clear. If freedom falls here in Georgia, then it will fall in Baltic countries tomorrow, in Ukraine, in wider Middle East, in this part of Europe. And that's all about the values. You know, we are close to America, and that's why we are punished for that. Not because we are born pro-American, because we are born to love freedom, and because we are born to love our ideals and values. That's why we are being punished. And if free world doesn't stand up for elementary things that it believes in, what's worth of democracy? What's worth of the freedom and the values they have always been preached to us, and we ourselves strongly believe in?
You spoke to President Bush today. What did he say to you?
He expressed his unwavering support for Georgia and for freedom. And I think that should be position of this U.S. president as well as any U.S. president. I think John McCain clearly said yesterday, we are all Georgians. He has been calling me several times a day for the last several days, because he knows very well the whole history of our fight for freedom. He knows why we are being punished by Russia. He predicted that it would happen beforehand. He was talking about it already a couple of years ago. Senator Barack Obama expressed his sympathy and his support. So, you know, we get more and more of this. And those words also matter. People here should not feel that they're abandoned. People should not feel that, you know, this treacherous and dirty Russian propaganda, and Russia has lots of money to throw around and, you know, to talk to people, that this will kill the truth. And the truth we want to get out to the world is that we are being punished for our desire to be free and independent.
Will you be able to survive politically?
Well, it's not about my political survival. It's about survival of my country. I cannot care less about my political survival. And what we were telling Russians, no matter how you harass us, no matter how you bomb us, no matter how many people you kill of us, we will never surrender.